Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video where today I am making the entire alphabet in Minecraft on banners. Now, if you've been watching my YouTube shorts or TikTok, you had probably seen me doing each of these individually, and yeah, I just thought I'd do a video on how to make them all. So, enjoy! So here are all the materials you will need. I know it's a lot. You got 26 white banners, 81 black dye and 42 white dye. Now, I don't think I've missed any out, but if I do, yeah, I'll just keep doing it in the video. Add them in. Actually, we're gonna leave all of these in here and then just grab them one at a time. So for A, you're gonna need one banner, obviously, 4 black dye, and 1 white dye. And here we go for A. First, put your banner in, then put your black dye in, or whatever dye you're using, and then you're gonna want to get this left hand strip piece. Then you're gonna want to get this right hand strip piece. Put that back in. Then you're gonna want to get this top piece, and last but not least, oh it isn't last, but get this middle strip piece, and then finally put your white dye in. Scroll all the way down to the border, and there we go. You have the letter A. But you know what I'm gonna do for all of them? I'm just gonna put them over on top, and then just, oh yeah, I'll put them, when I'm done them, I just put them all in chests at the back. I don't know why, but yeah, just realised that my Minecraft sound turned on, off even. But now you can hopefully hear. Now for the letter B, you're going to want 3 black dye, 1 white dye, and a white banner. Obviously, again, you can use any colours you want for all these. I mean, you can use green, red, green, blue, just whatever. Anyway, first put in your white banner and your black dye, or your letter colour choice dye. Then you're going to want to scroll all the way down, get this diamond shape. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. You need 2 more white dyes, I just realised. Anyway, you know what? Just, that didn't happen, okay? Moving on. Put your white dye in, then you want to get this right hand strip. Put that back in. Then swap your dyes back around. Scroll all the way down till you find this zigzag piece thing. Then swap your dye back around. Then scroll all the way down till you get this kinda half left hand strip piece. Put that back in. Then you're gonna want this middle strip piece. Finally, put your black dye in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go. You have the letter B. Now, I did get a comment about this. I know the B is like different, and it's got black all the way around, but I don't know. I don't think you can do it any other way. But I don't know. For this one, you're gonna want obviously banner, 3 black dye or colored letter choice dye, then 1 banner color choice dye. Then you're gonna go to your loom, put your white banner in, and put your black dye in. Then you're gonna want the left hand third strip piece, and put it back in. Then you're gonna want this third at the bottom, back in. Then it's the third at the top as well. Then put your white dye in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go. You have the letter C. Now moving on to D. For this one, you want a banner, then 2 of your banner color choice, then 4 of the letter color choice, and finally go to your loom, put your banner in, put your black die in, and get this I suppose third right hand piece strip, then get this top strip, then get the bottom piece strip third, then swap your dies around. Now that you've swapped your dies, you're going to want to go down to this zigzag type thingy majive, that's what I call it. Then swap your dies back around, then you're going to want to scroll all the way down to this half piece, put that die back in, and then put your banner color choice die in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter D. For E, you're going to want to grab 4 black die, 1 white die, and 1 banner. Then move to your loom, put your banner in, put your black die in, and get this left hand third strip piece. It's called Black Pale Dexter, but I'm just doing it as I'm doing it. I mean, third is probably wrong because I'm not the best at maths, but yeah. Then you're going to want to grab this top piece, then the bottom, and the middle strip. Put it back in, then put your banner color choice die in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go. You have the letter E. For the letter F, you're going to want 1 banner, 3 black die, and 1 white die. Then put your white banner in and your black die. Then you want to grab this left piece here. Then you want to grab this top piece here, put it back in. Then this middle strip here, put it back in. Then grab your white die, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter F. Next up, it is the letter G. You're going to want a banner, 4 letter color choice dies, and 2 banner color choice dies. First, put in obviously your banner and your black die. Then you're going to want this right hand strip here, put that back in. Then swap your dies around and scroll down to this top half piece, then swap your dies back. Then go to this left piece here. Then you're going to want to go to this third bottom piece here. Then you're going to want to get the top third piece. Then put your other die back in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go. You have the letter G. Now moving on to H, you're going to want 1 banner, 3 letter color choice dies, and 1 banner color choice die. Then in your loom, put in your banner and black die. Then you want to grab this left hand strip, then get the right hand piece, then you're going to want this middle piece, then grab your banner color choice die, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter H. Now moving on to the letter I, you grab a banner, 3 letter color choice dies, and 1 banner color choice die. Then obviously put in your banner, then your letter color choice die. Yeah, I'm just gonna say black die and white die because it's just easier. First one you're gonna get is this straight down the middle piece strip. Then you're gonna want this top piece and the bottom piece. Then put your other die in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter I. Now moving on to the letter J, you're gonna want a banner, 2 banner color choice die, and 3 black die, because letter color choice die. I'll get there eventually. Now in the loom, you're gonna want to put your white banner and black die in, Then you're going to want to grab this left hand strip piece. Now swap your dies around. Then scroll down to this top piece. Swap your dies back around. Then you're going to want this bottom third piece. Then get this right piece strip, put it back in, put your other die back in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go. You have the letter J. For the letter K, you're going to want a banner, and then 3 black die and 2 white die. Then put your white banner in and black die in. Then get this top left to bottom right strip. Then swap your dies around. Then you're going to want to scroll down to this top half piece, put it back in, and swap your dies back around. Then you're going to want this top right to bottom left strip. Then you want this left hand strip there. And finally, put in your other die, scroll all the way down to the border, and there we go. You have the letter K. Now for the letter L, we're going to use 1 banner, 2 black die and 1 white die. Then in your loom, put your white banner in and your black die. Then get this third at the bottom. And I have just realised I've grabbed all white dies, but we do only need 1. And then you're going to want this left hand strip piece, put it back in, grab your 1 white die, scroll all the way down to the border, and there we go, have the letter L. Next up is the letter M, and you're going to want to grab 1 banner, 3 black die and 2 white die. Then put your banner in and your black die. Then you're going to want to scroll down just a little till you find this triangle. Then swap your dies around. Then scroll down a bit till you find this jagged piece that makes it look like a heart. Then swap your dies back over. Then you're going to want this left hand piece. And then you're going to want this right hand piece. Put it back in. Then put your other die in. Scroll all the way down to the border. And there you go. You have the letter M. Now guys, moving on to N, we got 1 banner, 3 black die and 2 white die. Now in your loom, put your banner in and your black die. Then you're going to want to get this left hand piece strip, put it back in. Then switch your die around and scroll down a bit till you get this triangle, and then swap your dies back over. Then get this top left to bottom left strip, and then you want this right hand strip, and put your other die back in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there we go, you have the letter N. Now moving on to O, you want 1 banner, 4 black die and 1 white die. Then in your loom, put your white banner in and your black die. Then you want this left hand stripe here, put it back in. Then you're going to want this right hand strip, put it back in. Then the bottom third piece and the top third piece. Finally put in your white die, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter O. Next you're going to want 1 banner, 4 black die and 2 white die. First put in your banner and black die, then you're going to want this right-handed piece strip thingy majive. That's what I'm just going to keep calling it now. Then you're going to want to swap your dies over. Then scroll all the way down till you have this bottom half piece, and then swap your dies back over. Then grab this middle strip piece, put back in. Then you want this top third piece. Then you want this left hand piece, and then put your other die back in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go. You have the letter P. Now the letter Q, it's, if you can see it over there, it's got a black outline border, and so is S, and so did B down there. But I don't know how to do it differently. But yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Now for the letter Q, you're gonna want 1 banner, 2 black die, and 3 white die. First put in your white banner and black die, then scroll all the way down to this diamond shape thing here. Then swap your dies around and get this right hand piece here. Then you want this left hand piece here. Then you want this little square here. Finally put in your black die, then scroll all the way down to the border, and there we go, we have the letter Q. Now moving on to the letter R, you only want 1 banner, 4 black die, and 2 white die. First put in your banner and black die, then scroll all the way down to this top half, put it back in, then swap your dies back out. Now that you've swapped your dies about, you're going to want this straight down the middle piece, then swap your dies back around. Then you want this 1/3 at the top. Then you want this third left hand stripe. Then you want this top left to bottom right stripe. Then put your white die back in, scroll all the way down to the border. There we go, have the letter R. Now moving on to the letter S, you're going to want 1 banner, 3 black die, and 1 white die. First obviously put your banner and black die in, then scroll down to this diamond shape. Then you're going to want this middle stripe, then swap your die back around, and you're going to want this top left to bottom right strip. Then put your black die in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter S. Moving on to the letter T, you're going to want 1 banner, 2 black die, and 1 white die. First put in your white banner and black die, then you're going to want this third at the top, and then this middle strip. That's brilliant, someone's bibbed their own. Just what I want when recording a video. Scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, I have the letter T. Now for the letter U, you are going to want 1 banner, 3 black dies, and 1 white die. In your loom, put in your white banner and black die. Then you're going to want this bottom third, and then left hand strip, and a right handed strip. And finally with your white die, put it in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter U. Now for the letter V, you're going to want 1 banner, 3 black die, and 2 white die. Moving to your loom, you want to put in your white banner and black die. Then you're going to want this bottom right to bottom left strip. Then you're going to want this left hand stripe here. Now swap your dies over. Then you're going to want this triangle at the bottom. Swap your die back over again. Then you're going to want this top right to bottom left one again. Then put your white die in, scroll all the way down to the border, and there we go, we have the letter V. Now for the letter W, you're going to want 1 banner, and then you're going to want 3 black die and 2 white die. Now in your loom, put in your white banner and black die. Then you're going to want this triangle at the bottom. Then you're going to want to swap your die over. Then you're going to want to scroll down a bit till you have this jagged type piece at the bottom. So it looks like a, I suppose, upside down heart. Then swap your dies back around. Then you're going to want this left hand stripe here. Put it back in. And then the right hand stripe. Then finally put in your white die. Scroll all the way down to the border. And there we go. We have the letter W. Now to make the letter X, you're going to want one banner, two black die, and one white die. In your loom, you're going to want to put in your white banner, black die, then get this top left hand piece to bottom right hand. Then you're going to want the opposite from top right to bottom left. Then put in your white die, scroll all the way down to the border, and there you go, you have the letter X. Finally, moving on to the letter Y, you want to put a banner in, get two black die and two white die. Then in your loom, put in your white banner and black die. Then you're going to want the top left to bottom right. Then you're going to want this half bottom. Once you've swapped your dies around, that was close. There. Then swap your dies back over. Then you want the top right to bottom left. And then put your white die in, scroll all the way down to the border. And there we go, we have the letter Y. Now, last but not least, the letter Z or Z. It seems I've put too many die in, because all you need is 3 black die, 1 white die, and of course a banner. So I think yeah, I'm just gonna leave them in there. Now move to your loom. You're gonna want white banner, black die, and you're gonna want this top third piece. Then you're gonna want the top right to bottom left strip, and then the bottom third piece. Finally, put in your white die, scroll all the way down and to the border, and there we go, we have the letter Z. And there we go guys, we have done the entire alphabet from A to Z. Wow. I hope you guys have enjoyed the YouTube shorts of this, or the TikToks, and obviously I hope you've enjoyed this video as well. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, comment down below, hit the bell way down there, and if you scroll down just a little bit more, you'll find the links to my Twitch and TikTok. So guys, hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.